Cats, I got to tell you. So, a lot of things happening this year, and I wanted to talk about that. And of course, there's the main topic of today, which has gotten actually a little bit heated. Actually, I posted a video earlier today, which I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting. Like, it's just my opinion, right? It's my opinion, and I wasn't expecting much out of it. I thought, you know what? Hey, it's just a new topic to talk about, something which I had on my mind for a little while. So I figured, sure, why don't we just talk about it a little bit and see where it goes? And lo and behold, I mean, I had no idea that there was going to be so much like people talking and polarizing as much as the as revelations and revolutions have been. It's crazy. It really is crazy to think that um, you know even after all this time, Master Universe is still polarizing for whatever reason, and I don't know why. So I wanted to bring a couple good friends of the channel to help me discuss this whole issue, but also catch up about some really cool toys that have been showing up, particularly in the DC space. There's some crazy toys happening and showing up on DC space. So first of all, let me bring in my very good friend. You know him, you love him. He's one of the badass reviewers of the internet. Guys, help me welcome my very good friend Carlos of the Badass Reviews. What's going on, Carlos?
What's up, man? How's everything?
Happy New Year, buddy. What's going
Happy
on?
New Year. Everything good, man. Everything great. What
That's
about
I
you?
want to hear. That's what I want to hear, bro. You guys getting ready for the realm? Like everything's gearing up?
Well, we're wrapping some stuff off, but like this year is going to be kind of like crazy. So we're kind of like waiting. We're getting some quotes from factories and stuff like that, but we want to wait and see what's going to happen, like politically between United States and
Sure.
all the other countries and stuff like that, because that may affect some of the stuff that
Yeah.
we have in plan,
Yeah.
and we don't want to get into that how I say this, that rap, like
Sure. I mean, apparently we might become the 51st state here soon. I don't know what's going on, but like everything's going all over the place right now.
everything's
But
crazy right now.
just ridiculous. I think there's a lot of jokes being thrown around and actually used as political fodder. But who cares? We're not here to talk about politics. We're here to talk about toys and movies. That's what we're here to talk about. And you know what?
Yeah, but I mean, listen, from the realm is doing great. We're having some quotes from factories. We're getting the Paint Master ready.
Nice.
We are having right now the live pre-order for the shirts from the realm on Empire Articulated Empire. So yeah, I mean, we're doing great, but we want to kind of like set it up the map for everything what's going on, like especially with some of the new pre-orders that are coming, like the Mythic Legion's dragon is coming, so we don't want to interfere with that, and we're not going to fight against that dragon.
No, 100%. That's I'm not going to say it's suicide, but that's always a tough proposition.
It is a suicide.
It's not suicide, but it's damn close to suicide.
Yeah.
But we're going to be talking about some interesting topics today, Carlos, because I put a video out today. I don't know if you saw it, but it's crazy. The reactions I've been getting are all over the place. And I wanted to talk about it today. But just between the two of us, Carlos, this is we're not gonna be able to talk about this by ourselves. So let's bring in another friend of the channel, Dave's Dimension. Dave, what's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
Not bad. Little allergies, but talking about the MOTU movie, I don't know much about it, but what I read is it feels like they're doing a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. Why does every Masters Universe live action movie have to go to Earth?
See, okay, so Dave, we're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna really break this down, and we're gonna take a little bit of a trip down memory lane, and we're gonna talk all about where this came from, how it's going, and I'm gonna go through my video comments because there's some crazy comments out there. Like people are happy about this movie, people are upset about this movie, people are really critical about the choices, and I'm being very critical about the choices, right? And the thing, I think that a lot of people are like, it brings to the idea that we can't have nice things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why everybody has to be a little bit all over the place. But you know what? It's fine. That just means that we all love these properties, and we're all passionate about them, right? So before we get started, though, let's say hi to everybody's in the chat. I mean, these guys have been waiting patiently, and I think that they're looking very, very cool. King Panther, what's going on, Noel? Greetings, MJR community. Good to see you, brother. How you doing tonight? Frankie Rivera's in the house. Good to see Frankie. Frankie just started his own YouTube channel, so we got to check that out, guys. If you haven't already, check out Frankie Rivera's YouTube channel. Wonderful, wonderful content creator. Prime Nation, what's going on, brother? I could use some discounts, by the way, Prime Nation, if you have any. Nolan is in the house. Always good to see Nolan. Shao Kahn, good to see you. Nolan again is good in the house. Dave's Dimension, of course. Dave's right there. Yeah. He's right.
Both places at
He's
once.
He's right over there. Shao Kahn again. Andrew Davis. With great power comes great responsibility. Sorry, wrong movie. Well, you kind of, it's still kind of there. I mean, he did.
It works.
There was that in the movie. Mark Morgan, happy 2025, MGR. Happy 2025 to you too, brother. Frank Rivera, Thundercats Ho. Yes, dude, Thundercats Ho. But there are a lot of other properties which are going nuts. TF Hustler's in the house. What's going on, dude? Anybody else we haven't said hi to? Looks like Night Train just entered the house. What's going on, Night Train? Hail to the chat. Hail to the Night Train. All right. So before we get started, it's only proper that I ask, how has the new year been so far? Carlos, talk to us about the new year and what we can expect coming up for the Badass Reviews. What's going on, Carlos?
Well, man, everything is crazy. Like I said, I just received a call today, a very interesting call from a crazy, awesome company, and next week I will be able to announce some stuff. Let's see how it's gonna work. I don't know too many details. I don't want to spoil anything because I'm not sure about what's gonna happen, but really excited for that. On top of that, from the realm, we're going hard, as I told you. Like we're having already, Noah is getting ready to like finish the paint master for the prototype. We're getting ready to go to Toylanta with Steve Mank, Articulated Empire. Right now we have the pre-order for the shirts from the realm on Articulated Empire. Go check them out. Also, man, crazy stuff. A lot of good, amazing toy lines coming with home runs like Mythic Legions. I just comment that like Mythic Legions with that dragon is going to be crazy. They have also an exclusive that is going to be at Toylanta, which it looks incredible. MegaCon is coming in Florida next month. It's going to be crazy. Mezco is going to be there for the first time. Mythic Legions is going to be there. Four Horsemen is going to be there. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be huge. I'm going to be covering that event. I mean, I'm excited. 2025 is crazy, man. Crazy. Got it.
Always happening. What's wrong? We're professionals.
Yeah, I know.
We're professionals here, guys. We're professionals. Guys, so very exciting, Carlos. And you know what? Danny and I are probably going to meet you guys at Toylanta. PowerCon. You and I were supposed to talk about that last night. I didn't have a chance to come back, so we're going to talk about that tonight. So very exciting. PowerCon is coming back, everybody. Not exactly the way we're expecting it, but PowerCon is coming back. So I hope to see everybody there. Dave, tell us what's going on in your world, brother. How have things been going, and what are you even working on lately?
Well, I just dropped a hot toy review last night. I have a bit of a Spider-Man obsession, of course. Reorganizing the dimensions, a little bit chaotic. I have more hot toys I'm going to be reviewing. The big thing I'm excited about is Dre and I are bringing back the Outer Dimension podcast, which we started about 2 years ago. And last year we put it on hiatus. There was a lot of things going on in his life and my life, so we're bringing it back. I'm excited for that. Excited to see, what 2025, it's the year 2025, so we have a lot coming, a lot of insanity coming our way, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm psyched for the new HasLab that the Ghostbuster HasLab for the Ecto-1. I went in all in on that, so that's one of the big things I'm excited for. I do stream for the Cure for which raises money for Roswell Park cancer research here in Buffalo, so that's always a big focus of mine, and just growing in just interacting with the community at large, meeting a lot of awesome people, just trying to keep the positivity moving forward. I mean, 2025 has not exactly been ideal, especially everyone out on the West Coast. Thoughts and prayers going out to them. It's been a crazy year already, but hopefully that just means we have more positivity coming our way. Maybe some awesomeness.
Yeah, you know what, Dave? Thank you for reminding us, guys. Our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts go out to everybody who's out in California right now and going through such a tragedy. Like this is it's been crazy. I mean, Carlos had to just deal with the Florida hurricanes, and same thing with North Carolina. This has been the year of between 2024 and 2025 now.
Yeah.
It's been the year of natural disasters, and our hearts go out to everybody and our prayers. And if anybody out there is going through some rough times, reach out to any of us.
Yeah.
Right. We love to at least, give some support, do whatever we can. And guys, don't go out there. Please don't return to your homes. Don't do everything. Just stay safe. You know what I mean? Like once the dust settles, figuratively, I'm trying to be sensitive here, but once everything settles, rebuilding can begin. And you know what, we're going to do, all of us are going to do our best to try and support everybody out there. So, once again, our hearts go out to everybody. Having said that though, guys, you know what, we're going to talk more about, fundraising, things like that later down the road. But for now, please take care of yourself, stay safe. And we hope the best for everybody. Okay. Well, holy crap. Okay. A couple of other people have joined the chat really quickly. CB Hunts, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Justin Mohan's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Dave's Dimension, of course, he's right here. We got Justin. I could not read the whole letter that Val wrote, but I skimmed through it. We're going to go through that letter, actually. We are going to talk a little bit more about it. Night Train. Prime Nation, if it's set on Earth, it would probably look like Vancouver. Dang. I don't know whether I like that or love that. I hate that. We'll see what happens. Toy Cartel. Mario. Good to see you, brother. And Mario, I hope you're doing okay, brother. Okay, so you're all safe. Oh, good. I was about to read that. You're all safe here in San Diego. You know what, brother? My prayers are with you because apparently it's heading south. So I hope everything goes okay. Apparently the Canadian water bombers are there, so hopefully they're helping out. So guys, please stay safe. And Mario, we're going to hook up again this year as long as San Diego Comic-Con is going to happen. So we will see you there, brother. On you 83. 2025 is a nutshell: ice storm, fire at work, and snow. Yeah, I mean, like we're dealing with a blizzard right now here in Canada, so we all have problems everywhere. So,
yeah, the Carolinas are getting hit with it right now. I think they're getting parts of it getting hit with snow. It's mind-boggling because I'm in Buffalo, New York, and we just barely have enough covering the ground in the cars. Usually, we're the ones that usually get it.
Yeah, it's the lake effect.
Yeah.
We're all by the lake, right? Same thing here in Toronto, right? Sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it's not, right? It's weird how the lake is just a weird thing. You know what I mean? So, but our neighbors down to the south, Buffalo, always great to see you guys. Toronto Freddy, what's going on, Toronto Freddy? Jared Leto for Skeletor? Nah, no thanks. Again, I'm getting a lot of that. Prime Nation, 5 inches of snow for me, brother. It's gonna keep coming. I mean, like we're only in January. Imagine when it hits February. Yeah. That's when things are gonna just go bang. And of course, all the way in the Bronx, and it's fire in the Bronx as well. Oh my God, are you serious? No, you really? CB Hunts. Oh my God, that's scary as hell. Fire in the Bronx? That doesn't even seem to compute to me. Shouldn't it be snowing? Like, oh my God, that's
or someone's trying to stay warm and maybe it's getting out of hand.
I mean, like, oh my gosh. Anyway, you guys, everybody out there, stay safe, guys. This is just crazy. All right, so let's get to the meat of the situation here, boys. So again, I want to touch on this a little bit before moving on to other toy lines, but what the heck? I have my doubts. There's a lot of things that are good about this movie, and a lot of things which I don't really necessarily agree about this movie. And there are a lot of people who have chimed in on the video I posted today. So I really wanted to go over all these things and really talk about what's possible with the Master of the Universe 2026 film. So you know what, Dave, you don't know much about this. What do you know, or what have you read?
Well, obviously Google said, 10-year-old Adam is, taken to Earth and he's kind of growing up. It feels like reverse Guardians 1.
Okay, yep.
To me, it goes against everything I know growing up watching Masters Universe. And even with Revelations, I mean, it's just, to me, it goes against. I'm like, so Adam's growing up on Earth. It from what I'm reading, it doesn't make much sense. Jared Leto as Skeletor. I'm not a huge Leto fan. Okay. Maybe he should stick to music. That's kind of like my thing on it. I mean, it depends on, I don't know. I think it's going to depend a lot on how they write Skeletor, the direction, the people behind it who, are they going to be motivating him? Are they giving him free reign? Either way, it doesn't give me a great feeling at all. But
what about you? Go ahead. No,
well, no, I was going to say, but a lot of people can say Frank Langella. A lot of people really didn't know a whole lot about him, and he played at least in my eyes, he played a very awesome Skeletor.
Absolutely,
back in '87. He was the highlight of the movie to me.
He carried that movie on his shoulders, dude.
Oh yeah,
he hit between him and Meg Foster. They literally put that movie on their shoulders and carried it all the way to the end. But yeah, no, I totally agree. Carlos, what are your what do you know about the Master Universe movie before we get into it so far?
Well, man, it's been so many attempts to make this movie, and at this point, I'm like, whatever, like, to be honest with you, I'm a huge Masters of the Universe fan, and I mean, everybody knows me. I mean, I started everything when I was like admin in MOTU Nation back in the days. And man, I was, like, good friends with some of the actual creators of Masters of the Universe. But listen, to me, Masters of the Universe is the mini comics. Barbarian, He-Man, not even Adam, and I like that vibe of like barbaric, like dark. Man, I don't know. To me, this is kind of like, okay, cool. They're gonna make a movie. I kind of like disconnect myself from whatever is coming. I will watch it for sure, 100%. But it's not like, okay, to me, this is my He-Man, this is my Masters of the Universe. Make sense? So I'm open to whatever is coming. I mean, it doesn't affect me because I have my books, I have my mini comics and stuff like that. So I'm taking this like, okay, this is a alternate universe, whatever story they want to portray, like they always do with everything now, like multiverse and 100,000s of universes, whatever versions of He-Man, whatever. I mean, I almost asked you when I saw the image, I was like, who's the girl in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
And like,
yeah, we're gonna get to the casting. We're gonna get to
nothing against the good-looking guys, but I mean, he looks like he will be a good singer for Poison or Kid Row or something like that,
Glam rock.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like if you took Macaulay Culkin in his teenage years and just made him into a punk rock or just
actually
a rock
it looks
right?
like
we're gonna take a look at some of these amazing AI designs.
But listen, nothing against that. I mean, maybe the movie is good. I mean, maybe not. I mean, who knows? But I have zero expectations with this, to be honest with you.
And I hear you. And you know what? That's actually a good way to go about it. So, just for anybody wondering, these are actually AI generated images. Okay, so let's get that out of the way first. They're all AI generated, a courtesy of Mother of All Nerds. I want to give them a huge shout out because these guys, they are doing a lot of AI generated what ifs, and you guys should definitely. Some of them are hilarious. I mean, you know, you got
No, that's priceless.
Captain Planet, man. You know, they're doing a lot of fun experiments. And if anybody's interested, definitely head over to Mother of All Nerds on Facebook. We're going to take a look at some of the other designs that they came up with, which are very, very interesting. But I did want to take a little bit of my own where I'm coming from this as well. My attitude has been, for the most part, pretty much, I'll believe it when I see it. And I'm very much like what Carlos is saying. I've been promised too many freaking times that we were going to get a Master Universe movie. It's, you know, every single time we get this close. I mean, it wasn't too long ago, before the pandemic, before all the lockdowns, we actually had this, apparently a movie in place, and they had Noah Centineo or something like that. He was the guy who ended up playing Adam Smasher or something like that in
Okay.
Sorry, go. What were we going to say, Dave?
No, I was agreeing with you there.
Yeah. He was going to play He-Man at one point, right?
Even the guy hit the gym and he was like jacked and everything. Yeah,
and it showed because in what movie was that, by the way? I think it was I can't remember anymore. It was one of those DC films, but basically the Justice Society, something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, that film. No, sorry, it was Black Adam. What am I talking about? Yeah, he was in Black Adam. And
yeah, you're right.
And in that you can see how jacked he was getting. He was freaking huge, right? But anyway, that fell apart at the 9th hour because, again, like delays and everything like that, he ended up having new obligations. And we're going to go through what's happening with this film pretty early. Apparently, they're going to start principal photography starting this month or next month. So we are on the precipice right now of the beginnings of a movie. But here's the thing about that. This has been in development hell for the better part of 30 years. I mean, you know, it's been crazy. So I've always been of the attitude of I will believe it when I see it. And then there comes the casting, okay? And I think this is where people are getting really, really critical, and really they're getting a little bit too attached. And I think that we have to take a step back here for a second. And I have to actually say that I myself am having a hard time understanding some of the casting here. And I want to go through that because some of the comments on my last video that I posted this morning, they're downright like terrible comments, right? So I wanted to go through a few of those and really clarify what the heck is going on here and why the casting's so important for a movie like this. Because just like any movie, it can live and die in its casting, right? So now that we have the lay of the land of what we're actually thinking about here, let's take a look at some of the possible looks for Master Universe for the principal characters. But just before we get to that, let's answer a few questions here because some people have been chiming in. So CB Hunts, oh my God, I'm sorry, my friend. Holy crap. Are you serious? There's some crazy, guys, stay safe out there. People are nuts these days. Everything this is not good. I mean, if we're having fires in California and you want to start some more, these people are nuts.
I saw the videos.
People
yeah,
are setting fires. What is going on?
No, they caught people setting up fires in neighborhoods because they want to go into the houses and loot everything.
Oh,
yeah,
my
and
God.
cover up the crime because there's fires, and then it's yeah, I've been reading some stories about that today.
I saw videos and everything already.
You know what? People just got to be like, oh my God, this is just ridiculous. I'm just crazy. Like CB, take care, brother. Don't get stay in, protect your own, man. Protect your own. Frankie Rivera, they better have Orko. You know what? My fingers are crossed for Orko, dude. I want an Orko. I love Gwildor, but I'm okay with Orko too. I would love to see Orko. Mark Morgan, I'm not sure about He-Man starting on Earth. Why? Understand his mom being from Earth and she fled Eternia to raise him there. But to protect him, I'm excited. Okay, well, I'm excited too that the prospect of a Master Universe movie. But just like what Dave said, I starting it off on Earth is a bad idea. I am the first one to fight anybody on the Master Universe 1986 movie because I love that movie. I'll be the first one to tell you I will fight anybody any day about the pros and cons of that movie. I still hold it to truth that that's my favorite kids movie of all time.
It's a guilty pleasure for me.
Absolutely. But at the same time, I'm also the first one to tell you everything that happened on Earth was the weakest links. Like it was honestly, like you just heard it in Gary Goddard's commentaries. He bathed everything in neon so it would actually kind of look kind of cool. You know what I mean? There was like you could have done that in Eternia. Eternia could have been this cool, wonderful, moody settings, but no, they had to do weird things to make the movie look more interesting than it really was. But I still love that movie, especially the acting in that movie. I mean, James Tolkien, Billy Barty.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Courtney Cox. I mean, Duncan McNeil. People who went on to have great careers. You know what I mean? And Dolph Lundgren, of course. And that's it's still one of my favorite movies.
And poor Dolph sounded like he was like me fighting sinuses the entire time. I just, he sounded like he was Stallone.
I know, right?
He just sounded so.
But I think it was because his coach was trying to tell, like, because he couldn't. He was just slurring the words, right?
Yeah.
He didn't really know much English around the time. Carlos, what are your thoughts about the '86 movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What are your thoughts about it?
I didn't like it.
You can be.
I didn't like it, to be honest with you.
It's okay.
I mean, it has their moments, the movie, but it's not a movie that I will say is a movie that marked my childhood or anything like that. Like, to be honest with you, I think by that time I was more into horror movies and stuff like that. Like, like Freddy, Jason, stuff like that. That was my kind of like bread and butter, like Lost Boys, stuff like that. That was my kind of like type of movie. And like I said, to me, because I'm a kid from the 70s, was a really shocking experience after playing with all my Masters of the Universe action figures and reading all these mini comics, watch the Filmation cartoon. It was a shocking moment to me because all the actual bad guys and the mini comics were really badass. Like Skeletor, Merman. Merman beat the crap out of He-Man, in the mini comics. Triclops punch Battlecat and knock him out. Like that was my evil warriors in my story. And when I saw the Filmation and see these goofy guys, I was like, oh my God, what is that? It was a really shocking experience. I got used to it because I was still a kid, but then they present the movie and the movie was totally different than my story on the Filmation on top and the cartoon. So I was like, man, I'm not interested, to be honest.
And you know what? I understand everybody's take on that, and that's fine. I accept that. As a matter of fact, CB, not another 1987 Masters of the Universe.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Warwick Davis better be cast as Orko. You know what, Clint? By the way, huge shout out to Clint for showing us the Cat Slayer. Man, dude, you rock, brother. Thank you for that.
Crazy.
And yeah, Warwick Davis would be awesome as Orko. At least the voice, right? He would be really, really cool. CB Hunts, I love that movie, but it needs to stay on the Eternia. Exactly.
Yeah, that will be better. Yeah,
this is what I'm talking about. Mark Morgan, I enjoy MOTU so much, I'm not going to go negative. There you go, Mark. Good for you, brother. Stay awesome. Positive, brother. Stay positive. Prime Nation, I hope we get Snout. Ooh, Snout would be interesting in the movie. Well, I think he would have to be. He would have to be gigantic though. The guy's a freaking elephant, man.
I want to throw this out there for you. Okay. Sure. With Ghostbusters, we had the 2016 movie, which was not very well received, but that kept the Ghostbusters, vibe and awareness. Kind of, it introduced it to some different generations, some different groups, and it kept it live enough to when, eventually they did Ghostbusters Afterlife, and that kind of was a shot in the arm. At the very least, playing devil's advocate, we could say, okay, this is going to be a terrible movie, but at least it gets Masters of the Universe, it gets some of the core characters, some of the content back into the mainstream, back in live action, and maybe they do another movie afterwards that really is the movie we're waiting for. That's always a possibility,
I totally agree with you. Like that's my stand with actually revelation and revolution. When people were like bitching about it, I was like, listen, at least we have a cartoon going on with the story that comes from 82. Like
Yeah.
it's still there for all the new generations. Of course, you're not gonna like portray that in the same way you portray that to us when we were kids. It needs to be different, but my point is like still there, in the media is still there, and that's awesome. That's amazing. um I'm not negative about the movie, and that's what I don't want people to try to like confuse what is my thought about it. It's like I have no expectations. I don't hate the movie because the movie is not done yet, you know it's been announced, the whatever, the cast and everything, but I have no expectations. I have no expectations because I have my niche on Masters of the Universe, which is the mini comics, and I'm happy with that. But whatever is coming from Masters, whatever they make, hey, more than welcome.
I agree. I totally agree. Let's speed through a few more of these. Dad's bedtime stories. They want to ditch the fans and keep the franchise alive for decades in exchange for the modern audiences that don't exist. That's an interesting take on that. And I will say, unfortunately, the way it works, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is so popular because every single decade or every single time they make it for the current generation, and it's been successful that way, right? MOTU's got to figure out how to capture that magic, and to a lesser degree, Marvel, DC, they tend to do the same things, and that's why the movies are very, very different from the comics, right? So there is a lot of truth in that. Fans cannot be ditched. I agree. I totally agree. CB Hunts. I'll watch it, but it ain't my He-Man. It's this generation's He-Man. This is true, and you know what? It should be given every chance for that. Omar V. If they had the same people who made Secret Level episode for Warhammer, this would be awesome. Honestly, Secret Level is freaking dope. What do you guys think about Secret Level? Secret Level was ridiculous.
Man, listen, that episode for Warhammer, I'm a Warhammer like soccer dude. I mean, you saw my Warhammer Joy Toy collection.
I did.
So, man, that episode was gold. And surprisingly, which after that one, which one was my favorite one? The Pac-Man one.
That was crazy. And you know what? They made a game. They ended up making a game too. It's on. I think it's going to be on Steam pretty soon.
It's really creepy.
That was a crazy film for sure. How about you, Dave? Did you watch Secret Level yet?
No, I haven't.
You should. I recommend definitely.
Oh yeah, you need to. You need to.
1 or 2 episodes.
Look it up.
Yeah,
the Mega Man is insane.
Yes, Okay, I'm a huge Mega Man fan. Mega Man is insane. Damien Rostari, I'm with you, Carlos. I'd be down for an origin story to start with using comics. Start with the villains being Count Marzo and the creation of Keldor into Skeletor. And I don't disagree.
2000X is my favorite He-Man cartoon. 2000X. And I love it because they did justice to all the villains. I love it.
Plus, I require an enjoyable movie as the fan base is not huge as it was in the 80s. I'm not saying that it will fail, but enjoying the film is what I'd love. I think, you know what? I'm hoping that it's at least a decent film. We'll see how it goes. All the way from Scotland. Thank you, Damien. Happy New Year to you too, brother. CB is actually in Houston. All right, brother. Well, no matter what, stay safe. But, it's all good that we're all watching out for each other. My buddies Customs, what's going on, bud? Earth would work if there was a battle between Skeletor and He-Man was about to die, and Orko used the spell to wish him to safety, but Orko, in the Orko style, the spell goes wrong, and he goes all the way to Earth. Yes, but unfortunately, this is happening when he's like 10 years old, and then being whisked away to freaking Earth. But I hear what you're saying, bud. I hear what you're saying, and you know what? That makes you a fan. That's the difference here. So, and also it wipes Adam's mind. Interesting. That, you know what, you're not wrong, bud. I think you're onto something. And you know what? Maybe you should write a script, bud. Maybe you should write a script. Let's see here. Anybody else we haven't seen yet? Clint Jorgensen. My mom was the Dolph Lundgren fan, and she wouldn't let me watch the movie for some reason in the 80s. That's weird. She didn't want you to have tainted images of Dolph Lundgren. That's probably what happened there. Transformatic. What? No Gwildor? No, unfortunately, I don't think so. Not this time, buddy. If they do, it's going to be awesome. That's just my opinion, though. Let's see here. Anybody else we haven't said hi to? Lord Hoagie has loved Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon is awesome. Yes, 2000X Night Train is freaking. Yes, and you know what? Mondo. We're going to be seeing some crazy stuff coming from Mondo pretty soon.
Oof, I can't wait.
112. I'm scared. The 112 from Mondo is scaring me.
I can't wait.
Dad's bedtime stories. Revelation was MOTU die. Dude, Revelation was freaking awesome, buddy. Honestly, it was freaking awesome. Alex Valdez, anytime you want to hear the word reimagined, you know where this is going. Well, again, we're going to get into that. We are going to get into that. And the nerd with a suit, and then we're going to move on. I think this may become an even bigger question of ethical consumption because some of the stuff we know about Jared Leto. You know what? At the end of the day, choices are made, actors are selected, and you know, in this case, we just have to see how it plays out. But I know where you're going with that, nerd with suit, and very, very interesting. Kirk HD, freaking condoms. I'm pretty sure they try to reach more younger audience, just like Michael Bay for Transformers movie. Let's hope for the best because it's still in production. I hear you. Principal photography should be starting soon, apparently. And Chad Stewart is in the house. What's going on, Chad? Thank you so much for being here, brother. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty here, boys. Let's talk turkey. So let's have a quick look at some of these versions of the Master Universe cast. So as we can see, Alison Brie will be playing Evelyn. And what do you guys think about these AI generated artwork for Evelyn? Just start jumping in, guys. Don't wait for me. So,
I mean, definitely eye candy.
Oh, 100%. I think it's probably one of the reasons why they cast her, right? So,
but I mean, I think it definitely some interesting looks. I mean, one thing is definitely missing. I mean, what's Evelyn without her scepter?
That's one, and then her headdress. Yeah. Again, these are just like some, and AI does its thing, right? So, yeah. But you're right. Like, where are her scepters? This is kind of like more Scarlet Witch, I think. A little bit too much.
Like a little elven kind of a vibe.
There's a wand for you, Dave. Yeah. But it's more like a wizard.
But yeah, staff. Like I mean, when we think Evelyn, we think that her headdress, her crown, so to speak, and her scepter.
Yeah, Carlos, any thoughts about these yet?
I mean, I kind of like. I mean, I'm not expecting them to recreate perfectly the classic looks. I mean, I'm okay with some changes and stuff. That one looks amazing.
Yeah, this one looks pretty cool.
That one looks amazing.
It's getting they're coming into the tiara. Again, when you let AI do its thing, it kind of goes all over the place, right? But I'm also getting Power Ranger vibes. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking like this, like a Sentai kind of even the Power Ranger movie actually.
The 2016 Power Ranger movie. I mean, and honestly, I was a fan of that one. Believe it or not.
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good. I thought they did a pretty good job. This one is definitely more Guardians of the Galaxy kind of.
No, that one doesn't look great, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a bit too much Chitauri. I think it's like a Chitauri outfit right there. Here's one that's neat. I think they're getting the tiara idea here a little bit, right? So we got some ideas. I think this was probably the closest one they have so far.
Nothing against the actress, but she looks a bit young to be Evelyn. I think I always pictured Evelyn like, I don't know, like maybe mid to late 30s, like an older woman who's mastered all her evil secrets and abilities. That's where my mind is at. I mean, she looks pretty young.
Yeah. When you get Meg Foster, who was just an absolute spellbinding, casting.
Those eyes.
I know it was so hard. Yeah, it was so hard to not see anyone other than that. But you know what? Again, this I think they really are aiming for a much younger audience in this case. So
yeah, I mean, she doesn't look bad, and she looks evil as hell.
Yeah, I think we're gonna definitely have to see how the again, these are all AI generated. There's no actual costume design.
Well, yeah, totally
right. But this one looks pretty neat. I think this one's actually going somewhere. This one's not bad.
And the hood and everything, yeah.
So, but you know what? we're gonna find out. And again, very Power Ranger. I keep thinking Power Ranger right now for this one, but I think this one's actually pretty close.
Yeah.
That one's pretty good.
That one looks good.
I think this one is probably. You know what? I take it back. I think this one's the closest we're gonna get today. I think that's.
I like the. Yeah,
Oops, sorry.
that's very power. The other one you just showed would look very
Yep.
Power Ranger with the going along her cheeks, but
yeah. But I think this one is probably
that one with the ornamental going down her forehead. That looks
Yeah, I think this is probably. I think you know what. I think we're all in agreement. I think this is the one. It's probably the best idea out of all these. It's even got a dragon. It's even got a dragon motif here, right? You know what I mean? Like pretty neat. But I think, oh wow, actually, again, there's like you take a bit here, you take a bit there. You know what I mean? Like anything's possible, right?
It's scary that AI can do that. Is it going to put some designers out of a job when AI?
You know what? There's a lot of concern that AI will do that. But here's the thing: AI, especially, and let me just clarify this: AI is not artificial intelligence. It's an algorithm that goes out into the internet, picks up things, and makes it into something
samples.
Else,
it's
right?
like it's like music. You take a sample from here and here, you blend it together. Oh,
but there's no real creativity there. Do you see what I'm trying to say? There's no real creativity. It's taking, which is why we keep saying Power Ranger, Scarlet Witch, Power Ranger, Scarlet Witch. You know what I mean? Like we keep saying, Assassin's Creed. You know, all these crazy things. Anyway, very interesting looking at Miss Bree here as a possible Eva Lynn. Now let's take a look at Jared Leto. Now this is interesting. So the AI decided to just do a straight up mask, very much in the same style as Frank Langella in the eyes, I think. So, and I think that honestly, in terms of prosthetics, a lot of people didn't like the way he looked, but I thought it was brilliant for what they were able to do with budget concerns. I think the performance shown out. I think that the eyes really did well for Frank Langella, and again, he stole every scene.
I mean, for 1987, the makeup. I think the makeup was amazing for him.
Absolutely,
they did an amazing job for Frank Langella. Plus, that speaks to him as an actor. That even with all those prosthetics, he could still convey. He could still, his voice. I mean, it takes someone who can really, when you're covered in layer upon layer of makeup, and you can still convey emotions, or you can convey certain, I guess, lack of a better word, vibe or aura. He killed it. He really killed it. So
I totally agree. But thoughts on this image so far, right? Just as it is.
It looks like a bad Doctor Who villain. No, and I mean that because about 2 years ago, they had a story arc on the recent Doctor Who where they had someone with a very similar look, but they had like little crystal pieces. It was a skeleton-like look. So when I see something like this, I mean, this definitely looks like something you could have bought at Spirit Halloween, added some paint, and Bob's your uncle.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't, and it's got, you know what it looks like? It looks like Spirit Halloween mixed with Doctor Doom. It doesn't feel, to me, it doesn't feel right. I like the kind of like almost yellow gold reflection in the eyes, but I don't know, it doesn't sit right with me personally.
Carlos, any thoughts?
That's the Taskmaster.
Yes. Yes. No, you are right. That is the Taskmaster. You are 100% correct. That is the Taskmaster. I you know what? I you're right. You're right. So here's I think a shot of Leto as I think I like to think of this as Jared Leto as Keldor.
Yeah.
So a very the beginnings of the evil seed.
Or so, Aragorn.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
I mean, it would be cool if they give us Keldor and show us that in live action, him becoming Skeletor. I think that would be great.
I think it's important because if we think about the fact that Adam is banished from or escapes from Eternia, what is he escaping from? Yeah. Being so young, I think that much like the Netflix CG animated film, cartoon series, Keldor was instrumental in actually, what happened to Adam in that series. Yeah. I'm not I'm not going to spoil it for everybody, but I think that's important. But no, I totally agree with Carlos. I think Aragorn, he could right now. I think he could definitely have played Aragorn in that one. Here's another prosthetic mask. I think we're going to skip over this one, but I did want to talk about the armor. I think the armor's pretty neat here. What do you guys think about the armor set there?
I like the armor. I like the armor, but like the face, it looks like a slimmed down version of a Dark Side or something.
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna dwell on it. It's almost exactly the same as the other one, but I like the hood. The hood actually is kind of neat.
Yeah, the hood looks good, and the only thing is like the chest plate looks like a happy face, but
I got you.
Backwards.
I got you. You know what? If they took away the bottom mandible, I think it would have been better.
It's a special lever that Indiana Jones used to like open up a vault or something.
I love it. I love it. And Leto looks like he's been pumping iron here. He's got a little bit more beef on his
yeah.
There it is again. I think this is another Keldor. So we're gonna keep moving on from that. That's kind of neat. Look at that armor with this version of Keldor.
I like that armor.
Look at that. I think I like it too.
For Keldor. Yeah,
it looks interesting, but it also in the back of my head, it's shouting the Phantom.
The colors.
Yeah.
But look at that.
He needs the ring.
There you go.
He needs the rings.
But there's a bonus, Carlos. Look.
Panther.
There's a bonus. So we got a Panther in there. That's actually kind of cool. I think I like that. That gives me props just for Panther being in there. But I hear what you're saying. Too much purple.
Some ideas for Mythic Legions.
Yep. Oh yeah. Like all of these.
Yeah.
All of these are. I think I'll pass on this one completely.
That one is not.
It looks like Morbius.
Yeah, exactly. And the armor is too fantastic. I see where they're going. It's kind of scaly, but I think I'm gonna. But you know what? I'll give it props for Panther. No, whenever I see Panther, I'm gonna give it props. He does have a furry loincloth though. Look at that.
Yeah,
that's kind of.
I like the belt.
The belt is cool.
Yeah,
the belt is very cool. And that they think, I think that's fair. So not bad for Jared Leto. Interesting takes on that.
Maybe more.
Now
to come.
here is Camila Mendez. Now this is interesting. I got a lot of comments on this saying, "Is that She-Ra?" And I was like, you know what? I can see where they're coming from it, but at the same time, we got to remember that Tila was actually very much in the same Eternian armor.
Yeah.
So this first take, obviously, there's no red hair, but it's not. It's interesting. I think it hits all the right notes, but I think it's especially because of the nature of this film. It's not Power Rangers, so I think that this is a bit too spandexy for this film. What are your thoughts, guys?
I think she looks good.
I think she looks fantastic, but I don't think that's what she's going to look like.
She looks amazing, but as far as like the outfit, it does come off like, I mean, she's head of the guard. I mean, she should, like, where does she stow her weapons?
But this is a fan, but that's the heart of that. That's the heart of Master Universe, though. At the same time, but no, I know exactly what you're saying. It's got to be a little bit more rooted in a little bit more practicality. I totally see where you're coming from.
It's like if you took Tila and you did like a Eternia Wonder Woman kind of outfit. That's
gotcha.
It's now this would be a pass on me. I mean, she looks fantastic, but.
So here might be an answer to your question though, Dave. What if she was more sorceress than Eternian Eternian guard, right? What if she's starting to lean into her sorceress nature, right? Then that's kind of a different question then, right?
Yeah, similar to some storylines in the Revelations.
Exactly. Look at those boots.
This
crap.
I'm sorry. I this right here, I'd have to go sign. She looks fantastic. And,
she looks fantastic.
I mean, well, the red hair too. But yeah, like, I mean, like you have everything kind of like this. Definitely looks more sorceress-esque.
Yep. Carlos, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer the first one.
Yep.
Over this one.
Yeah. Again, usually especially with Tila, she's more of a captain of the guard until we start getting into Revelations and Revolution, right? So so that's a consideration. This is playing along more the same idea, but she's got her furry loincloth.
Yeah.
So I think we'll keep going. And then they just keep playing on this idea here. Very Eternian, very much fantasy-esque. But I think it needs a lot more work. I think that she's a gorgeous person to actually put into a suit, but at the same time, we're
I like the second last one, but it also screams to me prequel Star Wars. Amidala, when she's got her the white sleeves and everything. It just
that is true. Yeah.
But yeah, they look great, man. They do look great. So,
but I'm pretty sure. I think we can all agree this is not what she's going to look like in the movie.
No,
they're going to go very practical. She's going to have a ton of armor, I think, and like you said, a ton of places to put stuff. I think this actually looks very Leia. You know what I mean, with the sleeves and everything like that.
I like the look because with like the metal gauntlets on her wrist and everything. I mean, that I definitely like.
Yeah. So now I'm going to go ahead and preface this because I said the exact same thing in my review. I'm very critical pretty much about Jared Leto. I'm not sure exactly if he's going to be good or bad in this role. And I really hope that he doesn't do a cackling, filmation style voice. I hope he takes the role a little bit more seriously. That's my biggest, because again, I really want a Frank Langella sort of at least serious tone. It doesn't matter if you have a high pitched voice or not, but play it seriously. Don't play it too goofy. Camila Mendes, I think I'm fine with her. There is actually shots of her dyeing her hair, very similar to what it looks like here. But at the end of the day, I have to see the performance. And I'm not necessarily I don't really see any problem with her necessarily. What are you guys thoughts, Leonardo? Before I move on, what are your thoughts roughly about Jared Leto and about Camila Mendes? Any actual thoughts about the casting or the choice, or is everything okay?
Listen, sometimes you have actors that they just like kill it in one movie and the next one they look like meh, you know. Yep. So as I said, I have no expectations with anybody. I'm gonna wait and see what's gonna happen.
Okay. Dave?
To me, Jared Leto, I mean, of course, infamously playing a gangsta version of the Joker was out there. I think it has to do with how things are written and how he's directed. I think is going to be the deciding factors. I mean, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., a lot of people wrote him off after all the court and drug controversies he had, but he killed it and he kind of helped Marvel become what they were as far as the cinematic universe.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, in Morbius and the other, like even in Blade Runner 2049, it's just, I don't see that in him. And I agree with you that hope he doesn't try to do the Alan Oppenheimer voice from the cartoon.
Yep.
Hope he doesn't sound like some nasally, whiny villain that doesn't get his way. I want to hope that he can play that dark character, that he can bring the full dark potential of Skeletor to life on the big screen. I think that's going to be whether he can do that or not. I mean, it's going to depend on him. It's going to depend on the writing and the direction.
Absolutely. I totally agree with what you're saying. And it's, again, I didn't mind 2000X Skeletor. I thought, even though he had a higher pitched voice and he played it dark, right, Carlos? He was more of a darker Skeletor, right? Like even though the voice was a little bit higher, a little bit kind of goofy, but when he spoke and what he did with his actions, I mean,
the actual script for all the characters in 2000X was incredible.
Absolutely crazy, right? So I'm hoping something more along those lines. Now, I wanted to preface that because my video earlier today, I said these specific words about Idris Elba. I love Idris Elba. Idris Elba to me is one of the greatest actors right now. I loved him in Pacific Rim. I loved him in as Heimdall, who again, Heimdall is a Norse god, right? But they chose to use Idris Elba, and I thought he did a masterful job with that, right? It was so refreshing. It was such a great take, especially in the second Thor movie. I thought he did an amazing job. But here's the thing: I have a very hard time separating what I think of as Duncan, because again, in every iteration of Duncan that I've ever seen, from Filmation, sorry, let's go all the way back from the original toys to Filmation to 2000X, because Duncan was not in New Eternity and not
mini comics.
Yeah, the mini comics, the Revolution, what's it called? Even his younger version that was in the Netflix CG show. He's always been this consistent, character who's an inventor. He's a father figure. He's this, and it's just Alan Oppenheimer is always forever going to be ingrained in my head as Duncan. That voice, that sound, that quality about him. And when I try to imagine how Idris Elba is going to play it, I just can't see it. So I am very much looking forward to seeing how he's going to play, Duncan. But for now, I can't see it. That's exactly what I said in my review on my channel. And for some reason, people took it the complete opposite way, and I am going to address that because I think it's important to address that. But I wanted to say that ahead of time before we take a look at these, because in the same breath that I said that this is a look I'm in love with. I said right away in my review, I said, am I wrong to say that I'm actually in love with this look? It's never going to happen on film, because this is way too cosplay. This is way too fantasy. This is way too.
He's not that big.
This is no. You know what? Anybody can get big with the right combination of things happening. But we're not going to get into that ethical.
He looks like Dorian Yates.
But no matter what, dude, I love the way this looks. I said in my review, I was like, is it so wrong of me to be in love with this look? This thing looks amazing. But it's
What's the name of the wrestler? The big
one. There's what's his name? There's Bobby Lashley, right?
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley's freaking huge. That's a freaking beast.
He's Panamanian, right?
Yeah, there's so many, right? And then you know what? Doesn't this look like Doomslayer? You know what I mean? Like this looks like freaking Doomslayer, right? So this is never going to come on screen, never. Yeah. But I love it. I love the way.
I love the large pauldrons on it, the merging of tech and armor.
I love it.
And, I mean, that just it screams. In a way, it screams Duncan. I mean, everything was his whole armor was all tech.
Yeah, and I love the grunge. I love the grime. I love the fact that this is something he lives in.
It looks worn and weathered and just battered. Yeah.
I love this, but it's never going to happen.
No.
You know what I mean? I even love the mace. The mace looks like it's something he picked up off the ground and decided to start using. You know what I mean? Like this is a really cool Duncan look, and I love that.
He needs a lot of steroids, dude.
Okay, so Carlos went there. I wasn't going to go there, but Carlos went there. But like I said, this, and that's exactly what I said in my review. And unfortunately, AI is going to AI, right? So it went along this line. And again, for me, every single one is like, oh my God, I'm more in love with this more than I was before. Got the furry loincloth. He's got the, like what I mean, like the little tech in the front, but very savage at the same time. Now we're getting a little bit, see, it's pulling back a little bit more.
Yeah.
This I can sort of see a little bit more, right? I love the sashes in the front, a little bit more Masterverse. And that mace keeps getting more interesting every single time they redo it.
This one looks more like royal court.
And I like it. Right,
yeah.
like it's his dress uniform.
Yeah,
right. I sort of like it. Carlos, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I like the look.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not my favorite out of the ones you show me, but I mean, it doesn't look bad either.
Yeah, and then it just keeps tapering down from there. So, yeah, interesting. Oh, this mace looks awesome though. Look at that mace.
Yeah,
that is really cool. I really like that. That's neat.
That one looks good.
I like this one. I really like this.
That one looks good.
And I think this one has a chance. You know what I mean? It's actually real world, but it does look very cosplay. You know what I mean? I think that's the problem with this one. It looks very, very cosplay. Obviously,
that one looks really, really good, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And he's jacked. Look at those arms, man.
Man,
He does not skip arm day, man. Holy crap! Oh my god! Like Idris Elba.
Ronnie Coleman right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Ain't nothing but a peanut. Ain't nothing but a peanut. I think this is pretty close. What do you guys think of this one? I think this one's pretty close. This one's not bad.
I don't like the green and green and green and green. I need more kind of like
contrast. Yeah,
contrast. Yeah,
I hear you. But to be honest with you, I think that they're really it's probably more along these lines. I think this is pretty much like this looks more realistic for like this looks Guardian of the Galaxy 100%. I think this he literally is out of Guardians of the Galaxy with this one.
yeah.
You know what we're missing in these?
Go ahead.
Where's his helmet?
You're right, definitely. But I think, of course, with AI, it's going to show the face.
Yeah.
Right? So, but it's very similar. I think that they tried their best with Evelyn, but you're right. I don't think any of these have a helmet. This is pretty cool. Very medieval, though.
That looks more like Randor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Battle armor.
That is true. That does look like Randor. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm on board with you. Yeah, that does look like Randor. But I like it. I actually really do like this one.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. This is pretty good too.
That one looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
That was pretty good.
That one looks good.
Yeah. And then much of them are the same, but you don't have to answer this, guys. But there's
a helmet.
There's a helmet. There's a helmet. You don't have to answer this, but I will pull it out there. What are your thoughts about Idris Elba's casting on Master Universe?
For me, it's kind of hard because he's always played gruff kind of characters, whether it's over in England playing Luther or playing like you pointed out, Pacific Rim.
He was awesome.
He did the Hobbs and Shaw movie where he was like the Superman. He did that. I actually enjoyed him tremendously in Dark Tower. Where he's the gunslinger in the Stephen King universe, where he's this displaced gunslinger who's paired up with this young boy who has abilities.
I haven't watched that one.
It's based on think of Stephen King's how am I blanking on this one? The one with Jack Nicholson in it. His son had a psychic ability.
The Shining.
Yeah, The Shining, and this kid has a similar ability. And it's kind of a weird kind of a Stephen King movie. It's got Matthew McConaughey as the big bad in there, but Idris Elba plays this gunslinger, and he's kind of a loner type.
Yeah, I think I remember the commercials for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, usually we don't see Idris Elba as like a father figure type, almost never. So it's kind of hard to see him playing. Because obviously he's going to be the proud father or the father that is trying to make sure Tila is going to be the best warrior moving forward in the future and everything. I just don't know if I could see him as Duncan. I could see him as other characters though in MOTU.
And I feel the same because again, like you said, in Pacific Rim, he did play a fatherly figure, but he was very strict. You know what I mean? He was very strict, right? He would deny her almost everything, right? But still, he had that love for her, right?
Yeah.
And to a certain extent, in Suicide Squad 2, he was a father, but his relationship with his daughter was so estranged, right? That they were basically at each other's throats, right? Yeah. So, and I think you're right. I think maybe that's what's holding me back. Maybe that's that disconnect that I and thank you for bringing that up, Dave, because you know what, I was thinking about, why can't I see Idris Elba as Duncan yet, right? Because I still want to see him as Duncan, but I can't see it yet.
But also on the flip side, we know he can do comedy thanks to the Sonic movies.
Oh, dude, honestly, Sonic is
as Shadow. He's got like the best one-liners. I mean, he delivers them great. So we know he's got
Knuckles.
Knuckles. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's Knuckles.
But I mean, we know he can deliver comedy, but Duncan's not really known for being comical.
Mm-hmm.
So exactly. I mean, I guess it all depends again on how they're going to write him and how they're going to direct him.
No, I totally agree. Carlos, any thoughts on the casting for?
I mean, I don't dislike the casting, to be honest with you. I mean, Yeah, it is what it is. You know, like nowadays, Hollywood is doing whatever they do. Yeah. So at this point, I don't try to fight against the current. I just whatever movie is good, I will enjoy it. Whatever movie is bad, I will not watch it. And pretty much that's it. I mean, I'm kind of like in that point where just guys go to the movies, let me know if the movie is good, and then I will watch it.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
like pretty much that's what it is with me.
I agree. And like I said, I really am in love with this look, but it's not going to happen because it's just too fantastic, too out there, and he's not built like a brick wall. You know what I mean? Like, so this one's not going to really fly much. But I am eager to see Idris Elba as.
And why Sci-Fi George says, I don't see him as Duncan, right? He says maybe Sunman, Zodiac, or maybe Clam Cham or something like that.
Awesome.
I mean, listen, I don't want people to think, because people always jump out of the blue saying, "Oh, but you're being this or you're being that," whatever. You know, hey, listen, it is what it is.
Well,
I mean, he doesn't look like Duncan. You know,
Yeah.
he doesn't look like Duncan.
At least not yet, right?
And that's my point with some of the Hollywood movies. Now they want to do their way, and I mean, listen, it is what it is. You know, like I always try to disconnect myself from that alternate reality that they're trying to portray for people nowadays. I'm really like away from that. That's why I don't know too much about the movie. I'm a huge MOTU fan, but I don't want to have any expectations about the movie, to be honest.
You know what? Go ahead. Dude.
No, I was going to say one thought as Carlos was going on about that was, I could even see him, and this could be a hot take, so shoot me. I could see him as a Randor.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Oh, absolutely. The regal nature he can bring to Randor would be absolutely awesome. And you know what? I can totally see that.
Actually, he looks better like Randor, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if that would be a really interesting.
I mean, his voice, his presence, and I mean, just we know he can he can have that beard, that look, but I mean, he's always been that presence. You brought up how he played Heimdall in the Thor movies. He always he played a person with great knowledge and wisdom, and he also played someone who had composure. Yeah. And I just think he would be a really good Randor.
I think you're right. I think guys, that's a really good point. All right, so we gone through most of the supporting cast. So let's take a look at. Actually, here are a couple really quick. Here are a couple more takes on Camila Mendez, and again, that was more the same. This is out. I don't think. I don't know what's going on here. It's like is
she gonna be in Tron?
Star Wars meets Hawaiian Tropic.
I think I downloaded the wrong movie.
Or the right one.
Or the right one. You never know.
Exactly.
Here's a more sorceress. That looks like Frosta.
Yeah.
I think that's Frosta. Oh man, that this one took us in weird directions here. Again, wrong movie. That's like Ninja Gaiden.
No. Evil Lynn takes over Tila's body. There you go.
She went to the dark side.
Yeah, hey,
she went to the dark side. There we go.
Whoa.
That's the one.
That's
man.
That could be. Well, spoilers for the end of the Netflix He-Man series.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
She become She-Man.
People have been talking about that for a while now. Oh my god, that's crazy. Anyway, whoa, there we go. Dune.
No, that's Ray.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, Ray, yes, that is Ray. Yeah, that is Ray. Again, we're going in different directions here. Man, they're just This one like all over the place. They did the AI did not know what it was thinking here. It went like above and beyond. And
AI likes the black outfit.
anyway, interesting takes. But let's have our final look. And we've been holding out on it. So let's have a look at the most powerful man in the universe. Oh, actually, wait a second. No, wait. Hey, check out some of these. Really quick. We're not going to spend too much time here, but I don't know. What do you guys think of a mask as a sort of skeleton?
I like the Oakleys.
Yeah, I love the furry shoulders. They're actually really nice. I kind of like that. That's kind of neat. Ooh, the wizard staff, very Keldor like. He's looking way too young here. The what's it called? The photo filter. Yeah, the photo filter.
He can be Count Marceau right there.
That's right. Oh, Marceau. Yeah, Count Marceau. 100%. Oh wow, that's a mask of masks. Nah, I think I like the chest
armor. It looks
armor.
like Planet of the Apes.
True, very true. But look at the chest armor.
Monkey.
I like the chest armor though. Those straps.
Yeah, the actual harness looks really good.
I really like that. Oh, and Panther.
Oh, there you go.
Points. We got points. That's a nice look. That's interesting, actually. I kind of dig that. It's not anything. It's not really Skeletor at all. But I don't know. I kind of dig that. There's something about it that I kind of like. What do you guys think about this one?
Or if there's a slow transformation from Keldor into Skeletor, this would be a nice transitional. And the Havoc staff looks fantastic.
It looks really cool. Yeah. It's not a goat's head, but
no,
very, very cool. Carlos, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it looks mysterious.
Yeah, for sure. I use this for the thumbnail. This is kind of neat, and it reminds me of the first Suicide Squad. There was that Aztec guy, and he had the tattoos that made his face look skeletal like. That might be an interesting take. I don't know. What do you guys think about this one? That's kind of neat. And he's got blue skin.
Well, I like everything about it except the face.
Yeah.
Dave?
No, I agree with that. I like the look of the outfit and everything, but the face. And I notice in all these, I mean, we see what looks like a mask.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen like an actual skull for a head.
Yeah.
Because with CGI, I mean, think Ghost Rider, think 1,000 different other.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
There we go. That's something.
That's the girl from Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's like Skeletor and the Crow.
How about that one? That one's not bad. But it doesn't look like Jared Leto. I don't think that's. I think that's another actor completely. Interesting. Oh wow. Yeah, they got some different looks. There's another mask. I kind of like that. That's kind of neat. What do you guys think of that one?
I mean, that's probably the best head I've seen so far.
Yeah,
the best out of all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
That head with the other uniform.
Yeah, you know what? I think you guys are right. That I think we're. Oh, hello. See, this is completely CGI, and you know what? I wouldn't mind that. That kind of looks kind of neat. A little too much on the teeth, maybe, but it's kind of neat. The bone hand is a little weird, though. This is no. That totally looks like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's like if you took the Red Skull and made him blue.
Yep. All right. Let's see what the most powerful man in the universe finally looks like. So here we go, guys. This is what CGI made out of Nicholas Gazeltine. Like, woo! Look at that. Somebody been working out. I love the straps. I love the belts. This is like they took the toy and just made it into something. And you know what? I would love it if they do that, but they won't do it. They won't do it.
No.
Look at it. Doesn't that look just awesome though? Like seriously, that looks freaking sick. I love that. This out of all these, I think this was my favorite because again, I'm so partial to the toy that would be really cool, but it's never going to happen. I love the furry loincloth too, man. That's crazy. That looks like they just stuck his head on a Photoshop. And what's going on with
Yeah.
his skin? It's like sweating in different places. It's not supposed to. This looks terrible. I think this one is just. Literally looks like they photoshopped his head into somebody else's body. Oi, again, bad Photoshop.
Nah.
That is bad Photoshop. Oi,
It's
not
it's
good.
He-Man doing glamour shots.
Yep.
Same thing again.
These are all. Here's one. That's kind of neat.
Well, that one looks good.
Yeah. But that's not even Gazeltine. That's some dude.
Yeah.
That's just some dude. He is. I like the King Grayskull cloak though. I really like that. That would be freaking neat. Yeah. So interesting. Now I'm gonna go. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, have they done any photoshops of maybe the sword?
That's going to be a really interesting one, right? Because I loved what they did in the 1987 movie with the sword. I thought that was an amazing take on it. So no, so far we haven't seen anything on that. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the casting for Gazeltine. Sorry, I'm always pronouncing his name wrong. How do you say his name, guys? Do you guys know? Gils. Somebody help me. How do you say? God, do you know how to say his name?
Who?
Nicholas Galitzine. Sorry, Nicholas Galitzine. I'm gonna get
Let me see.
It's Galitzine. Galitzine.
Nicholas Galitzine.
Galitzine. Okay, Galitzine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it right. Okay, Nicholas Galitzine. So, when I first saw Nicholas Galitzine, I thought he was too thin, like way too thin. But then our good friends, so check this out. Our good friends over at foreternia.com. Yep, I had it. Nicholas, they showed a workout picture for Nicholas
Galitzine.
And dude, he's been working out because so this is what he looks like now. Like he's gone up in weight class right now, because originally if you look at the original ones, let's go ahead and do shirtless. Why not? I'm not safe for work. I mean, he had a very surfer like body. You know what I mean? He's very thin. Not in bad shape, but he's no He-Man. But now you look at this picture, he's done some lifting, man. He's getting what do they call it? Yoke? Is that what they call it? He's getting yoked, man. Like this. What do you guys think about this body transformation right now?
No, yeah. I mean, there's because there's certain type of training that, especially like Hollywood actors, they do, like when they need to be like super jacked and stuff like that to create the illusion they're like super big. They do more like shoulders and chest than anything else. That creates this illusion that they're like way bigger than what they really are. So that's kind of like a secret. They do certain part of the body more than everything else, so it create that illusion that they're like way bigger. That's what this guy Chris Hemsworth for Thor.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he did.
Yep. Dave, what are your thoughts? Dave,
he froze.
Did we lose Dave?
He froze.
Dave, we lost you. Can you come back?
I'm here. Can you?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Back.
I don't know. Weird. I must have an internet issue or something. No, what I was saying was when Carlos was talking, I was thinking of Chris Evans.
Yes,
because in the first Avenger, Captain America, we see him. Obviously, we see like his chest is developed, his shoulders are, but we also seen them CGI the hell out of him when he was scrawny before he takes the serum.
This is true.
So I mean, definitely, they want him built up for the more practical, filming, but they can always CGI him as a scrawny Adam.
Yeah.
So I mean,
totally.
I mean, seeing him, obviously he's still covered up, but I mean, this definitely shows that he can play it bulked up, but I think also it's going to depend on how are they going to look. I mean, are they going to go CGI heavy with like the face and everything? Are they going to like because He-Man, obviously He-Man is a warrior. He might be known for having maybe scars from the battles or whatnot. Who knows? But like those photoshops that you showed us.
He froze.
Dave.
Yeah, he froze again.
Yeah, we come back, Dave. There you go. We
I'm
see you.
here.
Yeah, we see you.
But I mean, this is definitely a good step forward in my book.
Theoretically, yes. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, his overall
Yes.
size. Yeah, I had my doubts. And I still sort of have my doubts. So let's just get into our particulars now. With these AI generated ideas, I have a little bit more of an overall outlook on it, and I'm thinking, okay, it's. I mean, these are actors. At the end of the day, I think they can all do a great performance, and it's really going to lean heavily on the story. So, if we take it from the aspect of the story, I'm going to paraphrase here, but in the review I did, I believe, and again, I'm only paraphrasing here, but um, Nicholas went on to say, I'm just going to say Nicholas. It's just a lot easier. He went on to say that this movie is definitely going to be a departure from all the other movies, all the other series that came before it, whether it's the Master Universe movie, Revelations, Revolutions, Filmation, because he said that they were all sort of campy in their own nature, but they're going to have their own storyline on this, and it's going to become their Bible. So by the byline, but that we've already gotten from the director, I just it's hard to see it. My biggest problem with the synopsis that we have been given so far is the line that he's taken from Eternia, escapes Eternia to be safe on Earth, and he grows up for the better part of 20 years there. 20 years, you're a young man already. Like if you were Earth when you were 5 or 6 years old, you end up sorry, if you were 5 or 6 years old on Eternia, you escape to Earth where your mother was born, and you spend 20 years of your life there. You're 25, 26, something like that. You have no connection to Eternia whatsoever, right? And then all of a sudden you find your magical sword, which you were separated from 20 years ago. And unless that thing actually has a psychic connection with Eternia and can give you some memories of what's happening over there, you have no reason to fight for a planet. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. You have no reason to fight for a planet you have no connection with. You know what I mean? Like, you have friends here. You have friends here. You maybe have a girlfriend here. You have a life here on Earth. Why would you sacrifice everything to go all the way to a planet galaxies away just to fight for some a people you don't
He
even
was going to McDonald's, to
Yeah.
the movies.
like he's watching movies. Yeah, exactly. It just, to me, it doesn't make any sense. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Like, Dave, you've already put your thoughts down, but what is your take on the viability of this movie just on the surface right now? Like what are your thoughts?
One, when you or what was the term you used that they said that what was the term you used about them changing everything? What was the exact words you used?
That I used or Nicholas used?
No, that he had used, that they were going.
He said that again, I'm paraphrasing here, but basically he said to the effect that they are recognizing that that all of the other He-Mans, and they're going to be using that sort of like base, but at the end of the day, they're going to be creating their own story, and they're going to treat it like a Bible. That's what
They're multiversing everything.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It feels when I hear that they're going to carve out their own mythology. They're writing their own. It's, to me, that in the back of my head, that's shouting that it's kind of a middle finger to the fans. That's part of it. Second, like you said, he goes to Earth and he's growing up on Earth. It's the flip side of Peter Quill from Guardians. I mean, you don't know anything. I mean, if it was you, you grew up on Earth, and you're like, hey, by the way, guess what? You're this warrior that has to come back because it's your birthright to save this entire world. I don't know that world.
Yeah.
All my friends, everything I know is here. I don't know jack about that other world. To me, it's going to be a hard sell, and I get the feeling like it's going to flop. I mean, it's like, hey, you're this chosen one. We need you to come back. I don't know you. I don't know anyone there. You know, and the whole thing about like him being sent away, it's almost like a bad John Connor kind of situation. On top of it, I don't have a lot of like everything I'm hearing. It, I'm not excited for this. I'm not excited for it, but like Carlos said, it's something like you're gonna have to go into it with no expectations. You're kind of like, we're gonna hope for the best. We're not expecting much out of it, maybe, but we're gonna hope. Who knows? Maybe we'll be thoroughly surprised. This past year, Transformers 1, I was totally against it the entire time. I watched it. I actually enjoyed it. It surprised me. I'm hoping that this Masters of the Universe movie is going to surprise us, but I wouldn't bet on it. It leaves from some of the casting choices to what we're hearing or what we're reading on Google or news stories. I mean, it doesn't. Personally, it just doesn't sit well inside. I don't have much faith in it, but I'm still going to see it when it comes out. I'm still going to go see it because I'm going to hope for the best. I'm going to hope it's going to be entertaining, and I think for a big part, like I said before, I think a lot of it's going to come down to the writing and directing. So, I mean, I guess we'll just see what happens. But I really don't have high expectations. I'm just going to hope for the best.
Yep. Carlos, what are your thoughts?
Well, man, as Dave just said, like it looks. I mean, the less I know about the movie, the better for me. That's my stand with this type of movie, especially because MOTU is really attached to my childhood and everything, and it's kind of like my base where I started everything about collecting, reviewing, taking photography and stuff like that. So, like I said, the cast, I'm like really like whatever. The story itself, so far, what we know, which is like very little, I'm not like that excited, to be honest with you. But again, I have no expectations. And like Dave said, Transformer 1, it was a movie, the best example of a movie that I went to the movie theater with no expectations. And I went to see that movie with my daughter, surprisingly, and that's really cool that he bring up that, because it was like 4 dads with my daughter and her 3 best friends. And all the dads took them to the movie theater, and we were sitting there watching the movie, and I was explaining all the dads about the whole background story, and everybody was like, dude, the movie is really good. And I was really surprised. The girls, they didn't pay attention to the movie. But we were like, at the end, we were the ones who were like, wow, look at this, look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, and I had 0 expectations with that movie.
Transformers
Again,
1.
Yeah, Transformer 1.
Yeah.
So again, hey, maybe the movie is gonna be great, maybe not, but you know what? I'm going with 0 expectations. That's my stand.
You're 100% correct. I think that's exactly the way we should all go about it. But it's hard for someone who is so close to these characters, who grew up like with a certain idea of what Master of the Universe, to see it yet. But I want to love it. You know what I mean? I really want to enjoy this movie. That's my hope, my dream. I think Transformers 1, the marketing failed it. They should have treated it more like Shrek and like given the family an idea that this is fun for everybody. Instead, they went like like it was a kids movie, because that's exactly what I saw in those trailers. I saw it was a kids movie,
Yeah.
and by the end of Transformers One, it got so dark. I was like, "Holy crap! What am I watching?" It was amazing. It was incredible, and it set up a brand new lore. And unfortunately, because of the poor, the way it was poorly received, it's not gonna have a second chance, which sucks, which really sucks. So I think that, wrapping this up, I think that for us, the three of us here, I think we really want this to do well, but unfortunately, it's just really going to come down to the first, I guess, pictures that come out of these characters, the first trailer that's going to come out, and of course, really a synopsis that's going to wow us at the end of the day. Because right now, what's been given to us right now is just it's so spacious, and it just relies on something which is a trope, and in my opinion, it is a trope that Hollywood like leans on this crutch that kids and younger people just cannot imagine something being outside of the universe of themselves without grounding it with some sort of human element, like from Earth. It is a huge failing of the Hollywood system, and I'm so glad they had the courage in Transformers One to have no connection with human beings whatsoever. I thought that was absolutely incredible, right? So I hope that they have the guts that, like, right now that was a first draft, and I really hope they have the guts and not go to Earth this time. I really hope that's the case. But yeah, but before we get to, there was a lot of comments, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. Before we get to these comments, though, a good friend of the channel, Daniel Benedict, for those of you who don't know, did something amazing for Master Universe. And you know what? I would be amiss if I didn't show that and show you guys the possibility of what a really great Master Universe film is possible. And it's my hope that many of you have not seen this yet. And if you haven't seen this yet, I hope you guys really enjoy this. So hang on to your butts, everybody. This was going to be a lot of fun. Check this out. And there's no audio. Great. Hold on. I'm gonna have to find the other one. But all right, hold on. Anyway, let's take some comments from the while I'm finding the
Daniel is a mastermind, and he's such a great human being.
Oh, he's incredible.
Oh,
and
yeah. He's a good friend.
And I can't speak too much on it yet, Carlos. But I did want to say that Daniel's coming to PowerCon. And I wonder why he's coming to PowerCon. So I think
he's always at PowerCon, but
I know, but there's a
this
big
time it's gonna be special.
This time's gonna be very, very special. All right. So unfortunately, I got to do two things at the same time here. All right. So let's take a couple questions because you guys have been so patient. Thank you guys so much for that. Let's see here. Nerd with a Suit. Revelations was cool. It had Lena Headley's Eva Lynn in it, and she's objectively the best character ever made. You know what? I loved Eva Lynn's journey in Revolution. From Revelation to Revolution, I thought that her journey was absolutely incredible. But I have a caveat to that. I'm not sure redemption is actually possible for what she did. I think that's I don't want to go into too many spoilers, but what are your guys' thoughts on without trying to spoil that portion of it? What are you guys' opinion on Eva Lynn's redemption? Let's leave it at that. But do you guys think she deserved redemption? Because that's actually what happened in Revolution. Carlos, what were your thoughts on just Eva Lynn as a character on that sense? Because
kill her. No.
Dave,
I mean, I loved the storyline from Revelations to Revolutions. She is, I mean, she's the darkest. She's the darkest one around. I mean, she is the Harley to Skeletor's Joker, but she has so much darkness in her. Did she deserve redemption? No. I mean, she's evil Lynn.
Yeah.
Contrary to some of the little side stories that happen within the series, no, she's the darkest. She's the darkest. I mean, we see in comics and cartoons and everywhere else, you get like, oh, like Marvel. Marvel's infamous for like, oh, we have a villain in this movie. Oh, guess what? They're gonna get a Disney Plus limited series, or they're gonna appear in this movie. Oh, now they're gonna redeem themselves. We see that way too many times. But Evelyn, no, she doesn't.
Yeah. There's just so many people who are going to be torn on that. I mean, if what she did in Revolution, could it atone for everything that happened in Revelation? I mean, it's no matter what, it's a tough sell. But I think a lot of people are gonna be on the side of no. She has a lot more penance to go through, and maybe can never truly be forgiven for what actually happened. So it's gonna be one of those situations where it's gonna be debated for all throughout what's it called, throughout the Master Universe what's it called, fandom. I think we're all going to basically just keep just questioning whether or not she ever deserves any real redemption.
I mean, she definitely is an awesome character, but
true.
No.
If we ignore this, here's what's really crazy. If we ignore what happened in Revelation, then I suppose Revolution would be interesting, but we can't ignore that. There's just no way. And well, let's not talk what actually happened at the end of Revolution. No. But anyway, let's continue. Judd Manville. I thought that was Glimmer. Holy hell! You know what? Glimmer would be really cool. I mean, like, you know what? Actually, thinking about it now, she does kind of look like Glimmer in those shots, right? Was it? Are you talking about Mendez, or are you talking about? I think he's talking about one of the shots from. Oh no. Oh, you are talking about Evelyn. I don't know. No, she didn't look like. No, for me, she didn't look like Glimmer. What do you guys thoughts? Did the Evelyn shots? Do you think she looks like Glimmer? I don't think so.
No.
I don't know where Judd's coming from. I don't think that's Glimmer at all. Damien Ristori. My dream car choice might be a bit as old as Ron Perlman. Okay, I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from. Sorry, guys. You guys seem to be having your own side conversations, which is okay. Okay, did you just want us to talk about Glimmer? Is that that why you brought a Glimmer? Holy crap, Judd's all about Glimmer. He's all right. You got me to talk about Glimmer. Okay, there you go. Be happy. Jeez Louise. Let's see here. Night Train. I'd imagine acting is more important than anything else with Skeletor. Probably a lot of CGI. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be very much, as you said earlier, Dave? Do you think it's going to be like the Planet of the Apes? Or the Navi?
Me personally, I love if there's a balance of CGI, but when it comes to Skeletor, I think he needs to be practical. I think it has to be, you got to have prosthetics, you got to have practical makeup. Don't CGI. I mean, it's like I said before, Frank Langella, you can see his inflections. Yeah. You can see, I mean, even the look in his eyes. I mean, he conveyed so much. And I think that's a good argument for practical special effects.
Yeah.
Practical, I mean, that's my vote.
You're so right. He set the bar. Carlos, what are your thoughts about the CGI?
No, yeah, I agree. CGI is good for maybe like if you're gonna create a character, maybe like Beastman or something like that. It may work, maybe like Whiplash, stuff like that. But for or Too Bad, but for characters like Skeletor, which he needs a lot of acting. He needs to talk a lot because he's one of the main characters in the. I mean, I don't know what's gonna be the role like for him, but I think, like Dave said, it needs to be practical. But you need to see the expressions and stuff like that because he needs to. Even he's a skeleton, he actually reflects a lot when he with his expressions and stuff like that. So yeah, better like that.
All right, I finally found it. So, guys, let's take a break for a second, and let's enjoy this. What I think is a very good and possibly one of a glimpse into a real Master Universe movie. Let's have a look at this, guys.
Have you ever wondered, why are we doing all of this?
The Horde will not stop until Eternia is completely destroyed.
Where are the rebels?
Only the king and queen, the sorceress and I know the secret. I have a sister.
You must destroy the Horde.
If I can't stop Hordak, who can?
Death has come to Eternia, and I am here.
Hey guys! What are we looking at?
Hello, I'm Daniel Benedict, the director of the concept trailer that you just watched.
So Daniel's going to be at PowerCon. Daniel, like keep doing that. So Daniel's going to be at PowerCon, and really excited to meet him in person. Carlos, have you met Daniel in person? Because what he's done with the trailer is incredible.
Yeah, Daniel and me, we're friends since forever. I will say I know Daniel's maybe since 2012 or so.
That's amazing.
And he's an amazing guy. His family and everything. Fall of Grayskull is incredible. I don't know if you watched the first one.
I did watch the first one, and you know what? The pacing was a bit off, and I think a lot of people have told that to Daniel. But what he was able to do with the budget he was able to put together, and just the love and the passion of it, I thought it was amazing. Honestly,
yeah. And on this one, I mean, Matt O'Toole as Duncan, that was amazing. I mean, I know Matt; he's a great, awesome guy. He works with Savage Crucible also. And he actually works, I think, for Lord of the Rings, doing some stuff for Lord of the Rings. Rebecca McDonald,
yep,
she's awesome too.
A lot of costumes, yeah.
I mean, man,
incredible. These two are actual writers on the Filmation cartoon for She-Ra, He-Man, and Bravestar. Yeah, and they're actually writing the script. So you know what? This to me is the movie we deserve. And it's not just me. Pixel Dan has said that. So many other toy tubers, we've said the same thing. Dave, have you seen this? Like, did you see this the trailer before?
No. This is the first time I'm seeing the trailer, and I'm ready to sit down and watch the whole thing.
Just watch the first one, The Fall of Grayskull. It's amazing.
Yeah, because I've been following him because I actually came across his channel because him and Tuesday Night did a cover of the Power of.
Yes, it was so good.
I mean,
It was so good.
that that's how I found him actually several months back. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to go back to the channel and watch them. I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna watch them later today. Then
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Daniel is so talented, man. And what he did with the first Fall of Grayskull with no budget at all
Yeah,
was insane.
yeah.
It's
So
really, really
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm pretty sure Daniel wouldn't mind too much. Daniel's gonna be there, and he's gonna be promoting something. I'm gonna put it that way. I don't want to give everything away. I'm gonna let Daniel make the final reveal. But yeah, he's gonna be revealing something at PowerCon, and I think a lot of us are gonna be supporting it. So, guys, if you're at PowerCon, Toylanta, definitely come by the booth. Come by his booth. And actually, go by the the From the Realms booth, of course, and we're all going to be there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And there's He-Man himself right there. You're gonna Matt Cardona, like a
Right there.
lot
Yep.
of great guys. There's Rebecca. We just saw her right there. Great cast. You know what I mean? Like, so definitely looking forward to hanging out with Daniel and everybody there. Nerd with a suit. I want an Indiana Jones / Rocketeer crossover personally. You know what? That's a really good idea. I love the Rocketeer as a kid. What about you guys? Did you like the Rocketeer?
It's
oh,
awesome.
definitely.
I thought it was a really fun film. A crossover would be neat. The time period's about right.
Yeah,
but
because you have the Nazis, so
yeah, yeah,
it could work.
it could work. But it would be,
I
but
mean,
we'd have
Indiana
to
Jones has done crazier stuff.
we'd have to de-age or get another actor, maybe a much younger actor. Maybe that's the key. Super Mario Brothers 3, Jay. We already got 2 MOTU fan films. Actually, we did not. We have one, and
One.
the next one is up and coming. I'm going to go ahead and say it that way. Fall of Grayskull and the sequel of Fall of Grayskull 2. Tuesday Night Sings. It's an outstanding cover. Yes, just like Dave said. Guys, if you haven't seen We Have the Power, you guys have to see. It's a gorgeous cover song. It really is. Another suit. Skeletor in 2006 was played by Brian Dobson, who is Michael Dobson's brother. Michael Dobson played Starscream in Transformers Armada. Yes, and again, wonderful portrayals. Very dark. I loved Skeletor in 2000X. He was amazing. Hey, No Chewing's in the house. What's going on, Chewy? Good to see No Chewing. The Nerd with a Suit. Idris has more of a daddy vibe, so he fits Duncan in comparison to someone, say, like Clampchamp or Decker.
Yeah.
I agree. Again, he's more of a hard-nosed father, though. I mean, like looking at it from Pacific Rim and stuff like that.
Decker will be great.
Yeah. So we'll see how I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Chad Stewart. I wonder if they're going to make a Leto look like Garrock. Garrock? Who's Garrock? I don't know who Garrock is. Do you guys know who Garrock is? Chad, I'm sorry, we don't know who you're talking about.
I'm wondering if he means there's a from Star Trek Garrick, the Cardassians, how they kind of had like the bridges going over the brows and around the face, more almost skeletal like. So I mean, I don't know if he means that or if there's another character, but that's the thing that pops up in my head.
Yeah, the spoon heads. Interesting. Yeah. Maybe, you never know. Yeah, we literally just showed it to everybody, Mr. 767267. Thank you for that. Tube Top 123. I love the Ghostbusters packs behind Dave. Yes, they are freaking awesome, aren't they? Like seriously,
I have the one is the HasLab, the one with the yellow bumper. Millennium Workshop actually made the yellow bumper for me. It's fantastic. The other one is a Ben and Kent Proton Pack, where you can actually buy the parts, the electronics separately, but then you have to paint, bond it, and put it together yourself. So yeah, they're about, the HasLab's maybe about 20, maybe 25 pounds. The other one, well, maybe about because I've replaced a lot of parts on there.
It was supposed to be lighter, not heavier.
Well, the other one is easily 50 pounds.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
It's
a weight on your shoulder.
It's fiberglass. It's all metal. The battery packs inside everything. So plus the Alice frames. You know,
I hear you.
just like you see in the movies when they put on the packs, this is the worst part of the job. So,
Nerd with a suit. I wanted a Transformers movie that's the first 5 minutes of Bumblebee. Well, they made it, and nobody saw it. You know what? You're right. And is it Travis Knight? The director of Bumblebee is directing Master Universe, so there is some hope. There is some hope. We'll see how it plays out, my friends. Alex Valdez. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm with Dave on this one. Not overly excited. Yes, this is true. We'll definitely have to wait and see how it goes. Super Mario 3. Jay, is Mad Hatter okay? Heard he lost power yesterday and his live stream was canceled. Hatter is very far away from the hot zone, so if he lost power, it's because according to him, he shares the same grid as LA. So I think that's the problem. So they're having electrical problems. He's going to have electrical problems. So yes, he's fine. He's fine. Him and his family are fine. Thank you for your concern, Super Mario. Yes, we are back here on planet Earth. Unfortunately, that's apparently where Adam is cursed to stay for now. So until something changes, Adam is going to be on Earth. There's nothing we can do about that, my friend. Sci-Fi George. Despite a few choice scenes throughout the Bay films, overall they're trash. Ouch! That is a harsh. You know what? I can barely remember much of the Bayverse films, so I don't know what are your guys' thoughts? Like, are there any really memorable? Like
that's a fair statement. It really is. Because I mean, it's just like Michael Bay. He knows how to make money. The Transformers movies, obviously, they made money, but also look at the Ninja Turtle movies. The 2 Ninja Turtle movies he did. He originally wanted them to be aliens and not mutants. I mean, he's got his own visions, and obviously, it didn't play well with us fans. I mean, to me, like the first real live action Transformers movie I like overly thoroughly enjoyed was Bumblebee, because it felt right.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. And by that notion, the director is the same director, so hopefully we get the same feeling at least. At least that would be nice. Nerd with the Suit. Every 10 years, the stuff that was despised later may be seen as classics. Not too much for me. I hated the Bay films back then. I still hate them today. Not too many fond memories of Bay films, to be perfectly honest with you. But I have a softness for the very first Transformers movie because, again, it was the first time ever seeing them on screen, and it wasn't too bad. But I loved Bumblebee. I thought Bumblebee was amazing. Sci-Fi George, I think people were expecting more from the Bumblebee, and that's a big reason why it didn't do well. Transformers is actually one that was really good. Transformers 1 was really good, but not if you went by how it was marketed. Correct. I have the same sentiment, my friend. Allison Troy's in the house. The Retro Troy Princess. What's going on, Allison? Good to see you. No more Indiana Jones. Let's hit the let the character and Harrison retire. You know what? Yes, I agree. The dude's tired. The dude needs a break. just let him retire, man. He stole the hat back. I was like, come on, are you serious? That was just so wrong. If nobody knows what that is, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's see here. Gar is the race of blue people. That's the Gar race. Now I know what you're talking about. Okay. Thank you, Allison. You are awesome. Yes, of course, the Gar are Skeletor's people. That is correct. And Chakotay, yes, and Chakotay, 100%. Thank you, Nerd with Suit. Sci-Fi George. I see Carmen Sandiego more as Lara Croft arch nemesis. Okay, I don't know where that came from. I guess you guys were talking amongst yourselves, which is fine. Future DC Warrior action. Meg J. I'm not really bothered by the new MOTU movie plot because it seems like they're adapting from the 2013 MOTU comics from Jeff Johns, where Skeletor mind-wipes Adam and he's living like a regular guy. But he's living on Eternia, right? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying, okay? Nerd with a Suit. Again, I want a MOTU story post-Horde Prime defeated, which is why I'd like for DreamWorks She-Ra movie. Let's see some new stuff arise from the overflowing of an evil empire. Interesting. So yeah, guys, it's obvious that all of us are passionate about Master Universe, and we want to see something good come out of it, which is fine. But you know what? At the end of the day, we just have to wait and see. But I will stand by my original statement. I will believe it when I see it. Unfortunately, I've just been let down too many freaking times. and it's hard. It is so hard for me to really come to terms with that. Just before we start winding down, I wanted to show you guys a big treat. This is something which just came across my desk, so I wanted to let you guys have a quick look at it. And before I put my foot in my mouth, I just want to double check and make sure I don't have any of the wrong slides up here, because I tend to do that. All right. So, guys, for those of you who have been big supporters of Flipboard and the champions of Neferity, check it out, everybody. We are in full production mode, and we were aiming for December. And I know some people were a little bit upset by that, but due to all of the, there was postal strikes here in Canada too. But due to all the shipping concerns all over the world and other factors, I'm not going to get into that. Too many politics as it is. But as you can see here, a lot of the packaging is already ready to go. Look at
wow,
all those heads.
Skeletor heads.
Look at all those heads. Those are bots. There's your Skeletor right there. There he is.
Hey.
There he is. But more than Skeletor, we got Flipboard. We got Flipboard.
He looks amazing.
Look at these guys. They're ready to go. Well, this is actually Flipper Frank.
Yeah, that's Flipper Frank.
That's Flipper Frank right there. But look at all these flakers. They got the tongue out. They're doing their thing. We got some army building going on here, boys. Like, this is crazy.
Wow.
All right, look at all those Flipper Franks. They're about to start a flipping army here. And there's the beat up.
Jesus.
He's all beat up. That actually is Flipboard. That's Flipboard proper, but he's beating the hell up. Awesome stuff. Look at all that gold. We are swimming in it, guys. Flipboard is on. There are the extra reward packs. We got the Flip Life and the extra heads. So those are extra tier rewards for those who got them. And check out the mini. These are the minifigs. Look how tiny they are. They even come on their own backing cards. Can you believe that? How's that? That's how small. That's how small they are.
Wow!
Look how tiny that is. That is something, right? And then let me show you. The. Hold on. Let's see here. No, not done. And then let me show you the. Here, look how tiny they really are. Look at this. Look how small that is. Comes with its own backing card. If anybody has the Sergeant Slaughter minifig, it's very similar to that. But we have a lot of paint on these ones too. Really great stuff. Look at the detail in that head. We got the cracked glass. We got the missing tooth. So much fun. And the sunglasses come off, which is really fun. There's another really cool example of how big these things are. Really tiny.
Wow.
We got all the bodies. Dexter's been busy. So this is his floating stash in the bottom of the ocean. Look at these guys. So if you guys have been wondering, I was given permission to share this. So anybody
You're not in trouble, right?
Yeah, that's right. And Carlos, you're gonna get yours soon for sure. They're the boxes. Like, we got hundreds of these boxes. More rewards. We got the cash bags. We got the devil horns. Right. Look at the gold.
Just make sure that I get mine first so I can review it.
Carlos is so impatient, man. But yeah, no worries, Carlos. We'll get you your stuff. There's the stealth. Look at those stealth bodies.
Nice.
So good. And look at these guys. It literally is a freaking stormtrooper army here, guys. This is
crazy.
This is nuts. And these are the shipping boxes. That's how they're going to look. So you guys are going to have a lot of fun. And then anybody who orders an entire set, you might get one of these bad boys. So the wait is almost over, everybody. It is coming down to it. And just to give you an overall glimpse as to what they look like, this is what you guys can expect if you get a full set. So going from left to right, there's Flipboard. This is the Flakbot. That's stealth flip ore, gold flip ore, glow in the dark flip ore, looking so cool. And then down here we have flaker. We got the another flak bot. So that's the flip bot. Sorry, that's a flip bot. That's a flak bot, right? Once again, stealth, gold, and the customizer's dream. So
That's crazy.
that is the entire set. So everyone who's wondering and waiting and they're emailing us, I get it. I totally get it. But they're soon. They're still got to come over to the United States, but they're on their way. Okay, guys, they're getting packed to be on a ship, and they're going to be here as soon as we can get them. And of course, there's the mini comic. So we got a lot of rewards coming, guys. Lot of I know a lot of you guys have been asking, but Flipper and the Champions of Nefariety is on the way. Thank you guys for being so patient.
Awesome, man. Congratulations, man.
Oh yeah, you know what? I fully see From the Realm having the exact same updates for their fans very, very soon. I'm hoping for the best for you guys. So guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. It's been a great pleasure. And I hope, that the movie it turns out well. I really do. I think, I hope it is. Dave, I think we're all in the same boat here, right? Like, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for the best. I mean, I'm not expecting the greatest action movie ever, but I mean, I'm hoping for the best. I mean, it's, let's hope it's as good, if not a little bit better than the 87 film. I mean, and this will be the first time we get live action Adam, technically speaking, since Dolph Lundgren was He-Man the entire time in 87.
Yeah, that's true, actually. You're right.
But I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm not expecting a whole lot. I'm gonna go see the movie in the theater. I'm not gonna wait for it to be streaming. I want that big screen experience. Because Masters Universe, I only watched that on VHS.
Really?
Back in 87.
That's gonna be awesome then.
That's just the thing. So I'm gonna, I'm going to see it. Keeping an open mind, because Transformers 1 definitely proved to be like, okay, like you said, yeah, it came off being promoted as a kids movie. I'm like, well, this looks too cheesy in the trailer, but I'm gonna hope for the best. I mean, also, just like with Superman, I'm not a fan of what has been leaked so far, but hopefully it winds up being a better film. So I mean, I'm gonna go into this. I mean, we don't know what the trailer is going to be like. For all we know, the criticisms could be all silenced once the first teaser hits. Like you said, the script could be changed.
There's still time. 100%.
I mean, hell, Iron Man, when it was being made, they were rewriting the script the entire time. The very first Iron Man movie. It's but the Jeff Bridges mentioned, it was like, they were rewriting the scripts like the night before half the time. So who knows? We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Carlos, final thoughts on the movie and what your expectations are.
Well, man, like I said before, I have no expectations with the movie. I'm gonna give it a chance, like I do with everything. I'm going blank to watch the movie. I'm not gonna let other people tell me whatever. Everybody has their own opinion, and I respect that. But yeah, I mean, like I did with Transformers 1, pretty much. I went with zero expectations, and just try to enjoy the most I can and see what's coming. If it's bad, well, I'm gonna hit it. If it's good, then I'm gonna applaud that. Pretty much.
Awesome. And of course, I just wanted to I of course echo the sentiments, and everybody knows where I stand on this. Again, I'll believe it when I see it, but I'm really hoping for the best. I did want to actually give a really quick plug to everybody. This 15th, our good friends over at TitanToys.com are going to be giving away this, one of these Aces of Aviation.
Nice.
And I want to give everybody a chance here who's watching, and of course, everybody who wants to get in on this. I have a video which I did a full review on this on my channel, which is also going to end up being on the on the Titan Toys channel soon. So guys, check out this video, which I did a review. There's a whole bunch of clues that you can piece together to actually put together the answer. Now, the clues are not the answer. The actual answer is Top Gun based. But because everybody here is watching and has joined us tonight, I'm going to go ahead and give you the actual clue. The clue is 10,000. Okay, it relates to Top Gun. The clue is 10,000. So if you guys head over to this video right here, like and follow the Titan Toys YouTube channel, and of course, put in your guess in the comment section of this video. Your guess for what 10,000 means to Top Gun. You guys could be walking home with an Ace of Aviation of your very own. I did a full review of this, and honestly, I'm really, really impressed. So you guys should definitely check that out. Best of luck to everybody, and huge shout out to our good friends over at Titan Toys. Definitely give them a like and follow, guys, and tell them that Jay sent you. We don't, unfortunately, we will talk. If we have a little bit more time, we'll talk about PowerCon. But I did want to give a chance to Dave and to Carlos. Dave, what are you working on, and how can people reach you, my friend?
Well, you can find me on Dave's Dimension YouTube channel, and also Dave's _Dimension on Instagram. My channel is everything: tech, toys, and talk. The algorithm doesn't know what to do with me, so I'm always doing different things, whether it's a tech video, unboxing action figures, hot toys. I've recently got into 3D printing, which I've been doing a lot of recently. So just anything and everything. I do Tuesday night talks, or my channel, just an open hangout stream. We talk about just about anything. Dre the Geek Dad and I will be resuming the Outer Dimension podcast, and we have a separate channel for that. So if you like just hanging out and talking about movies, not just new movies but old movies, we compare different action movies. Like we did our top 3 picks for video game turn action movies. We've done that. You can just go look us up at the Outer Dimension podcast on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to it, and we're going to be resuming that later this month.
Okay, awesome. Thank you again, Dave, for joining us tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. Carlos, what are you working on, my friend, and how can people reach you?
Man, as always, badass reviews on Instagram. Check all my toy photography, toy news, and everything. YouTube channel, badass reviews, as always. YouTube reviews about action figures and stuff. I'm just putting up right now my review on the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Orion. So awesome figure. I love the character. Also, go to From the Realm. Check that out. We have a Facebook page. We have the Instagram account. We're coming soon with the Kickstarter. We're like working hard for that. Like, stay tuned because good news are coming. Also, our podcast, Toy Addicts Anonymous, in my channel, The Badass Reviews, on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's it.
Awesome, guys. Thank you again for being here, brothers. It really always means the world to me when you guys drop by. Guys, definitely check out and please subscribe to both these guys' channels. They're doing amazing work and they're doing the best, in terms of reviews, tech reviews, everything under the sun. And you guys should definitely check these guys out. And of course, check out From the Realm on Instagram because the Kickstarter is coming soon and you guys are not going to regret it. Let's go ahead and talk last little thing. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this, as we really should at least cover it. PowerCon recently gave an update as to the future of PowerCon. So Val Staples is event director for PowerCon. I've addressed several of your questions on our Facebook page. I apologize that my message is too long to share here on Instagram without splitting it up onto too many posts. Please check out our Facebook page for more information. Thank you for the best time and continued support. It is my hope that the best is yet to come. But I will summarize this into saying that what Val actually said on the actual Facebook page is that due to unforeseen circumstances, their venue was not available because of the number of foot traffic that they were expecting this year. So unfortunately, those negotiations fell through. But thankfully, our good friends over at Toylanta actually talk with Val, and PowerCon will be joining Toylanta this year. So that is a huge news. And of course, myself, Carlos, many people who are going to be involved in that, including Daniel Benedict, we're all going to be there, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Carlos, we've met for the very first time at PowerCon. What are your thoughts of PowerCon? Because my thoughts, it was incredible for me being there the first time. What are your thoughts of PowerCon?
Oh man, I mean, PowerCon is to me like a family reunion with like all my friends from like when I moved to United States. Pretty much, I link with everybody that was like MOTU fans. PowerCon is incredible. Like the environment, amazing. If you like Masters of the Universe, if you're a fan of Masters of the Universe, PowerCon is the place to be. Pretty much.
100%.
Amazing show.
And of course, there are like it became an independence haven. There are so many independent toy companies that were there. It was absolutely incredible. Dave, have you ever been to PowerCon?
No, not yet anyways. Because usually for me, the spring, like from like now until spring is kind of hard for me because during the weekdays I work, but also some people, you've obviously seen the Ghostbusters stuff behind me. I'm actually a part of a charity cosplay group here in Buffalo. So we do a lot of events through the spring, and we also do a major event in New York City. So usually my funds are kind of being set aside for that big trip. So usually it's getting it's been a little hard, but one of these years, like I know a lot of people do Legions Con. A lot of my friends are doing that and going to PowerCon. That's on my bucket list to get out there one of these days. So we'll see.
Awesome. So this year, of course, it's actually going to be in March over at Toylanta. So it's going to be in Atlanta. And we, myself, Carlos, a lot of us are looking very much forward to reuniting at PowerCon and, of course, at Toylanta. We want to give a huge shout out to Brett, who's the organizer of Toylanta. He's working hard, and we hope you guys will head over to Toylanta really quickly. Let's go ahead and bring up the Toylanta information. Toylanta, of course, I don't have it up at all. So
Brett is an amazing dude, man.
He is incredible. So, guys, Toylanta is happening on March 28th through the 30th at the Gas South Convention Center, which is their brand new home. It's huge. Now, Carlos and I did not make it there this year for Jolanta, but from the videos that we've been seeing, it's absolutely massive. 6400 Sugarloaf Parkway, Duluth, Georgia, 397. Guys, definitely check it out. We have an exclusive figure coming from the Mythic Legions. Sorry, this is Cosmic Legions, right?
Cosmic Legions.
Yeah. And that is not Roadblock. That is some heavy.
It's an homage to somebody else.
ATL 25. This guy looks freaking crazy. And he will be an exclusive figure at Toylanta. Guys, this is freaking amazing. Don't miss out. Obviously, the Four Horsemen will be there, and check out some of these accessories. This guy's looking absolutely badass. Definitely do not miss out on this exclusive figure at Toylanta. And of course, we do know now that PowerCon will be joining Toylanta. Tickets are on sale right now, so you can pick them, and you can pick them up right now. VIP tickets are $100 for the pre-sale. Pickup for a VIP at the door, $50 or $65 at the door. Classic ticket is $25 or $40 at the door, and you can pick those up as soon as it goes on sale. It hasn't actually gone on sale yet, but as soon as they do, we will let you know, guys. Huge shout out to Toylanta and Brett, and of course Carlos and myself will be heading there. And you never know, Dave's Dimension might show up if he's so inclined.
We'll see.
But we are definitely looking forward to seeing you guys there. Andrew Davis, of course, we met at PowerCon. Great to see you, Andrew. Thank you so much for reminding us of that. And unfortunately, a nerd with a suit says that he can't make it because of the date and time, sadly. For those of you who can make it, we will see you guys there, and hopefully we will reunite as all good friends do. Guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. Once again, we really want Master Universe to come out strong, but we'll see. And I will believe it when I see it. All right, guys, I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. Our hearts go out to everybody who's being affected by the situation in California. Take care, everybody. Stay safe out there. Good journey, everybody, and Geek Proud. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.